sunny, warm morning to you guys. Do you feel the sunshine? It is pretty warm on me right now, but it's also really nice outside and it's beautiful. It is about 9:30 a.m. I should really get going and start riding. I'm really enjoying this little moment that I'm having on this porch. I'm just sitting on. I had some food, some breakfast, I had some to eat, some to drink, and yeah, pretty good last night's sleep. The sleep you get on these trips is just like you just switch off, seriously, like the minute you let yourself switch off, basically. So I've decided that we're going to take 3 days and we're not going to stop in Washington DC. We're gonna like ride through Washington DC and get all the way to the ocean, and yeah, it's gonna take us another 3 days on the road and it's gonna be excellent. I am very excited. I'm also very excited to get some fresh water. Anyway, see you on the road. Thanks for tuning in for another day on the road with Trailin' Vegan and Frodo.
drove 1,000 miles just to get to you. The desert long nights might break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you. Get down! To you, the desert lonely nights might break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a million days, but I'll see it through. I climb the highest mountain, baby, just to be with you. It's never too late to admit when you're wrong. Turn a new leaf, see a new dawn. The time to decide has come and gone. Just give me a chance, we can carry on. I made my choice. These drums of your voice, they run through my head as I remember the day. Stay in this moment.
Hey guys, I finally got to my accommodation. I was going along the trail and everything was great and the trail was all good, even though it was a little bit, I feel like it's not as smooth and not as good as the Gap Trail. It's still good, and it's still good that it's there, but there was like heaps of tunnels, so I've gotten used to going through the tunnels and going through like that kind of darkness that's a little bit trippy in the beginning and a little bit of a closed confined space, but it was all good until I got to this one tunnel, Pawpaw Tunnel, I think it's called. It was shut. So it was open on one side and it was closed at the end there, and I didn't really pay attention to the signs, honestly, so I just kind of went through it, and in the other end it was the closed gate and I didn't know how to get through it, and there were some people there which I wasn't getting particularly a good vibe from, so I quickly had to track back, and I had no cell service, so I had to, on the other side of the trail there was a young guy with his son, and on the end like of the tunnel, and on the actual end, dead end of the tunnel, there was like a couple with like an adult son. Jeez, it's a really strong thing. The door, push for the door. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't really get a good vibe from them, and partially maybe it is, I don't know, let's just kind of go past that. I went back quickly on the other side of the tunnel, which was still like considerably, it would take you maybe like a minute and a half to ride through it. It's a bit of a mesh, bit of a tunnel. Like definitely it will take you like 5 minutes to walk at least 5 minutes, 5 to like 7 minutes to walk through it. So parts of it you could ride, parts of it like I had to just get off and walk quickly. There were like puddles and the surface is uneven, and it's like kind of enough for one bicycle to go through. Basically, because I kept seeing the bicycles through the day going in my direction, obviously from Washington DC area, I was pretty confident that you can go straight through there, and I kind of didn't really, but there was a detour that you can take, and you like kind of hike up a mountain. It was like 1.5 miles of hiking through like this mountain thing, and then wherever it will land you, and on the other side I suppose, and then you can keep riding from there. So I decided that I didn't want to hike through a mountain and wasn't really sure where it would end, and I knew that those like other people were still there as well. I wasn't sure where they were going. Probably nothing would have happened, but anyway, I talked to that guy with the son, the young guy with the son, and I was like asking them, and I was like, hey, like, do you know how to get around it? What are the different ways? Tell me about this mountain. And we talked for a little bit. Got a good vibe from him and his cute little son, so I actually asked him, and it so happened that he lived on the way, like the town where I wanted to stay was on the way to where he lived, so I decided to catch a ride with him. I asked for a ride and he was really happy and gracious. He offered me one, and then we just dropped off his son at like his mum's, and then he suggested that I didn't stay in town, which I originally planned to stay on, but I stay at one that is like 10 miles further, which I am doing because the town I originally picked was just like a little roadhouse and a gas station, and he's like, you're probably better off staying in this town that's right after it. So yep, I decided to do that, and that's where I'm at now, and I'm gonna have my dinner and everything is gonna be fine. We're gonna start riding tomorrow morning. I will ride some of the trail, but I think I'm gonna choose a bit of road riding as well. However, I'll tell you what though, we were driving in his car, right, and it's like that, but obviously we are going through the mountains, so of course it's like really, really up and down, very steep, and the actual trail kind of takes you along the river and it's less cray. So anyway, we did get driven a little bit today, but we also did riding today. We had adventuring. We realized that although one shouldn't focus on, I shouldn't talk about it just yet because I'm still doing this trip and I don't want to focus on it. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I'll talk about it in a little bit, maybe like in a few days once it's all done and finished. Anyway, I'm feeling good, feeling happy, feeling grateful, but very alert and aware as well. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having an awesome, wonderful, beautiful day and enjoying the foods that you are eating, and hopefully they're good foods that are good for you. And yeah, I hope to see you again here tomorrow. Bye.